Namaskar. Welcome to a very interesting episode of Editorial, because today I am going to talk to you about NDTV's special survey conducted in partnership with Lokniti Center of the Study of Developing Societies, CSDS. They've come out with this survey, a very interesting survey, and I am going to discuss that survey with you. Let's get right into the show. You know the interesting part about survey? The interesting part about survey is survey is the way you interpret it. Interpretation of survey is very important. Now, NDTV has interpreted this survey as Rahul Gandhi's popularity grows, but PM Modi remains dominant. This is how NDTV in a nutshell has interpreted this survey. Now what we will try and do is let's look at this survey both from a PM Modi point of view and from a Rahul Gandhi point of view. So we will take each of these findings and figure out the Modi way of looking at it, or how Modi could interpret it and how Rahul Gandhi could interpret it. That will be interesting, isn't it? Okay, so let's get on to that. Now let's talk about methodology. First of all, the methodology that NDTV Lokniti CSDS survey adopted. Let's talk about that. States that were surveyed were 19. Lok Sabha constituencies covered 71. Sample size 7,202. And survey conducted was between 10th May and 19th May. ठीक है ना? So this was the methodology of the survey. So that is out of the picture now. Now let's get into the survey per se. So let's dive into this survey with the $1 million question: who will be the next Prime Minister? Which means if elections were to be held today, who will be the next Prime Minister? Now, Mr. Modi today has a popularity rating of 43%. 43%. And Rahul Gandhi has a popularity rating of 27%. Now, like I told you, let us look at this from Modi's perspective. If I was Mr. Narendra Modi, I would be worried. Why would I be worried? Because I am the market leader. And as market leader with 43%, I need to understand that 2019, that is 5 years back before the election, I was 44%. Which means that I have come one step down. I have 1% lower. Which means my graph is looking like this and not like this. I, as Narendra Modi, will be worried is because my biggest competitor, that is Rahul Gandhi, his graph, on the other hand, is looking like this. It is looking upwards. Why? Because in 2023, he is 27, whereas in 2019, last election, he was just 24, 3 points up. So Rahul Gandhi 3 points up and Narendra Modi 1 point down. And if I was Narendra Modi, I would be mindful of the fact that coming down is far more easier than going up. A market leader's market share, once it starts nosediving, it can come down faster, but it is very difficult for a brand to come up. So it will be difficult for Rahul Gandhi to rise up to 43 and all of that, but it will be easier for Narendra Modi's popularity to come down to 27. That could be easier. That is possible and that could be easier. So if I was Narendra Modi, I would be mindful of this. And this figure would not make me comfortable. Now let us look at it from Rahul Gandhi's point of view. A lot of things that I say may be contradicting each other. But then that's what research is. That's what research is. That's what interpretation of research is. When a research is seen by a market leader, he views it in one direction. And when a research is seen by a number 2 or number 3 in the market, that particular brand views it in a different direction. So now I'm going to talk to you from a Rahul Gandhi's perspective. What Rahul Gandhi should be mindful of is he is doing everything right. At least he is doing something right, and that something right that he is doing, he needs to continue to do that something right, because from 24 he has come up to 27, which is a fairly good increase. But he also needs to understand in the same breath that the brand leader, that is Narendra Modi, is not doing anything drastically wrong, because at the end of the day, he has only come one step down. He has only come 1% down in the last 5 years. So the fact is, as Rahul Gandhi, one should believe that Narendra Modi is doing a fairly good job. While he is slipping, but he is doing a fairly good job. So it is not going to be easy to pull down Narendra Modi or to compete with Narendra Modi, because his slide is not high. If he had in the last 5 years, he had come down 4 points or 5 points, things would have been different. But that's not. So for Rahul Gandhi, he should be mindful of the fact that the brand leader is fairly sustaining his position in the marketplace. This is how the both should be reading this particular figures. Now, let's get into the next point. The next point is more interesting. Next point is, who exactly would be the Prime Minister if the elections are to be held today? In terms of a larger picture, Narendra Modi, like I told you, 43%, Rahul, like I told you, 27%, Mamata 4%, Arvind Kejriwal 4%, Akhilesh Yadav 3%, and Nitish Kumar 1%. So the fact is, from Narendra Modi's point of view, he should be mindful of the fact that his biggest competition is Rahul Gandhi. But he has got series of competition like Arvind Kejriwal and Mamata Banerjee, but those are regional competition. For Narendra Modi, and from Narendra Modi's perspective, it will be advisable for Narendra Modi if he can have one competition, that is Rahul Gandhi, and he can compete Rahul Gandhi nationally, like the way Atal Bihari competed with Sonia Gandhi, or like the way LK Advani competed with Rajiv Gandhi, or so on and so forth. If he has one competition, it will be easy for Narendra Modi. If he has one competition in Rahul Gandhi. My point is, see, it is always easy for Coke to compete with a Pepsi. It is always easy. Coke may find it difficult if they go into a market and they have a Pepsi, which is their global competitor. Then they have a Thumbs Up. Then they have a Thrill. Then they have another brand. Then they have a Campa Cola, and so on and so forth. What would a Coke do? What would a market leader do? It will try to buy off all the other brands and compete with Pepsi. Because that's easier, that's better, and that's more executable. And that's precisely what Narendra Modi should be thinking. One competition, that's Rahul Gandhi. Now let us look at it from Rahul Gandhi's perspective. That gets you to my chart number 3. My chart number 3 is, who can challenge Modi? According to the survey, Rahul Gandhi, 34% people feel that Rahul Gandhi can challenge Modi. 11% people feel that Arvind Kejriwal can challenge Modi. 5% people feel that Akhilesh Yadav can challenge Modi. 4% feels that Mamata Banerjee can challenge Modi. 25% feels that many other leaders can challenge Modi. I mean, it could be regional leaders. And 12% no response. 12% no response. Malum nahi. Or nobody can challenge Modi. Possibly that could be the answer. Look at this slide very carefully. 34% feels that Rahul Gandhi can challenge Modi. Now, let us understand the people who support Arvind Kejriwal, the people who support Akhilesh Yadav, the people who support Mamata Banerjee. Who do they support Arvind Kejriwal against? People who support Arvind Kejriwal against BJP, against Narendra Modi. People who support Akhilesh Yadav against BJP, against Narendra Modi. People who support Mamata Banerjee supports Mamata Banerjee against Narendra Modi. So the common competitor for all these people is Narendra Modi, not Rahul Gandhi. Not Mamata Banerjee doesn't fight with Arvind Kejriwal. Mamata Banerjee doesn't fight with Akhilesh Yadav. all these names that I just took, all these, that is 34%, 11%, 5%, 4%, and 25% of all, whichever the others are, this entire gamut of people, their main competitor or their competitor is Narendra Damodar Das Modi and Bharatiya Janata Party. So that's where it stands. Now think from Rahul Gandhi's perspective. Now let us think from Rahul Gandhi's perspective. Will it be easy for Rahul Gandhi to pull people away from Narendra Modi, who are hardcore Narendra Modi fans? Will it be easy for them to pull people away from Narendra Modi? Or will it be easy for him to pull people from Arvind Kejriwal, Akhilesh Yadav, Mamata Banerjee, so on and so forth, their supporters who already are against Narendra Modi? Which will it be easy for him to take away? The chances are for Rahul Gandhi, taking away voters from Arvind Kejriwal, Akhilesh Yadav, Mamata Banerjee will be easier, because those voters will be more inclined to give vote to a person who is competing against Narendra Modi, because all of these are supporting their respective leaders against Narendra Modi. Now, this could be, I am not necessarily meaning that, therefore they should compete with each other, or therefore they should strategize and fight with each other and get it. This is why an opposition union will be important. This is why an opposition unity is going to be important. And the fact remains that if there is a clear leader who all these people support, their voters, it will be easy to convert their voters to vote for that particular leader, because the common competitor for all those voters are the same, and that is Narendra Modi. So, my point of view, the point that I am trying to make through this particular survey or through this particular report, this particular numbers, are that it will be easy for Rahul Gandhi to stick to have a union, have an opposition union, try some tacit understanding, work out some tacit understanding, and get those voters, those 11%, those 5%, those 4%, those 25% voters, and join it with his 34% voters, which means he will be strong enough numerically and base-wise, he'll be strong enough to compete with Narendra Modi. This is what this particular slide tells me. Now, let us get into another concept as to why do people like Narendra Modi. 20% of people like Modi because of his development, because of the development he does. 13% likes his hard work. 13% likes his charisma. 11% likes his policy. 15% like others, which be whatever, we don't know, but we like Modi. And around 4% says, we have no response. Malum nahi, kyun? Okay. And 25%, the largest, likes Modi's oratory skill. Now, let us look at this from Modi's perspective. If I was Modi, would I be very happy with this? Actually, no. I will tell you why. There is something which is notional and there is something which is real. Okay. As far as real is concerned, it is development. 20% likes me because I do good development work. As far as real is concerned, it is policy. 11% likes me because of my policies, the policy that I take. Which means out of the entire gamut, out of 100%, 31% of people like me for the work I do. For the work I do. Work is real. Work normally is consistent. ठीक है ना? Now let's look at the other part. 25% of people like my oratory, like the way I speak. Oratory is not real. Oratory is notional. Raj Thackeray speaks brilliantly. But does that mean that it translates into vote? Now, currently, for Modi, it is working. But does that mean that it is consistent? It will translate into what? Every time you come and stand and give a speech, we have seen in Karnataka, it didn't work, did it? So, 25% of people like him because of his oratory. Notional. 13% of people like him for his hard work. Again, notional, because that is an imagery that is created. This created imagery can also be destroyed. I am not therefore saying that he doesn't work hard and all that. That is not what I am saying. I am saying imagery that is created can be destroyed. There was an imagery of Pappu that was created for Rahul Gandhi. That Pappu imagery is more or less it's shrinking. Now that imagery is going away because that imagery was created. Now that imagery is getting destroyed. Same way, a hardworking imagery is created. That hardworking imagery can be destroyed. So 13% hard work is imagery. 13% is charisma. Again imagery. So if you look at the picture in totality, I am not taking others and no response. If I take picture in totality, almost 38 and 40, 51% of his votes, 51% of people like him because of notional reason. Notional reason, not real reason. Notional reason. So if I was Narendra Modi, I would not be very comfortable with this graph. I would talk to my strategic team and I would say that I need the development graph to be bigger. I need the policy graph to be bigger. I need a few more things that are real that I deliver. That's what I would tell my strategic team. Acha, going to another slide, what do people think about PM? Now, 40% of people likes Narendra Modi, 23% of people dislikes Narendra Modi, 25% neither like or dislike Narendra Modi, 12% no response. Now, if I was Narendra Modi, the concept is very simple. I would rather like to take with my 40%, I would rather like to capture people who neither like or dislike me. Those are called fence sitters. Easy, low hanging fruit. I would rather have them to join me. So that will be my effort. And if I were to look at this from a Rahul Gandhi perspective, then definitely the dislikes, I'm sure, is already with him or with people like him, that is Arvind Kejriwal and others, but bulk of them are already with him. He should also definitely look at people who have no response, and he should also look at people who are neither here nor there. So which means he has a 37% over and above the 23%, 37% audience that he can play with, 37% audience that he can convert. So if I was Rahul Gandhi, I would look at those 37% people and I would try to figure out what is those people who are fence sitters, what can make them tilt towards me, and I would figure out why the people with no response, possibly a lot of them are already with the opposition but do not want to talk about it in an open survey, very possible, or if there is no response and there is a reason why, I would like to understand that. So that's what I would see from a Rahul Gandhi perspective. So that's that. Let's go to the next slide. The next slide is opinion about Rahul Gandhi. 16% says I don't like Rahul Gandhi. 15% says I like Rahul Gandhi after Bharat Jodo Yatra. 15% increment. This is what I was telling you. 15% increment after Bharat Jodo Yatra. 26% I always liked him, and 16% no response. That means he almost jumped from 26% to 41%. 41% people liked him because after Bharat Jodo Yatra, 41%, he got a 15% increment. This is fabulous. From his perspective, Bharat Jodo Yatra was successful. What does that mean? If I was Rahul Gandhi, if I were to advise Rahul Gandhi, I would say that your people connect activities, your activation where you are connecting with people is working. Do more of it. People connect activity, do more of it. You are anyway doing it, do more of it. If I was looking at it from Bharatiya Janata Party stroke Narendra Modi point of view, then I would say that again there is a 27% people who are fence sitters, even with Rahul Gandhi. Like I told you about Narendra Modi, if I would say the same thing in Rahul Gandhi. If I was Narendra Modi, I would like to pull those 27% people with me. So that's the way I see this particular thing going. Now, let's go to the next part of our editorial. Now, let's look at it from a party perspective. Till now, we were focusing on people's Modi versus Rahul Gandhi versus Arvind Kejriwal, etc. perspective. Now let us look at it from party perspective. Who will you vote if the elections are held today? 39% people says BJP, but 29% people say Congress. 28% people say others. My logic remains. My logic remains. 29 people, Congress. 28% people who are others, no? They are others against who? Against BJP. So if they are going to vote for Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, they are voting Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray against BJP. If they are going to vote for Stalin, they are voting for Stalin against BJP. If they are going to vote for Soren, they are voting against BJP. If they are going to vote for Trinamool Congress, they are voting against BJP. So who are they voting against? BJP. So 29% and 28%. The mood in India, therefore, can't be overriding BJP. BJP will still come because they've got a majority. Vote shares is theirs. Percentage, highest percentage of people voting for them is theirs. So they have a lead. But if there is a union, if there is a opposition union, the percentage, the people are not completely for BJP. Should BJP-led NDA be given another chance? Answer remains the same. 43% says yes, 38% says no, and 18% no response. So here too, there is a feel that people could look for a change if they are given a good option. If they are organized well. This is all about market organizing. Organizing the market. It's all about organizing the market. Again, coming to the same point. Unity. Opposition unity. And from a Bharatiya Janata Party perspective, from a Narendra Modi perspective, from a Bharatiya Janata Party perspective, I think the no response, 18%, is something that Bharatiya Janata Party should really use. I think from a Bharatiya Janata Party perspective, I think something that the Bharatiya Janata Party immediately should do is work on the fact that the opposition is not coming together. Work on that fact. Use that fact. Use that fact to the advantage. Because once the opposition comes together, if you go by these figures, Bharatiya Janata Party doesn't look good. So if I was Bharatiya Janata Party, I was strategizing for Bharatiya Janata Party, my first focus would be to put all my efforts to ensure that the opposition doesn't come together. Give whatever it takes, pull people out, get people on your side. That is what I would do if I was Bharatiya Janata Party. So both the roles, I have made it clear. Now, how do you assess the role of CBI, ED and all that? See, this is not a common man story. Common man on the street couldn't care less whether somebody comes to, if somebody's ED is raiding somebody or CBI is raiding somebody, it's just news items for them. So it is something that people who are in the news, in politics, or who are involved or in business and all, they are bothered about it. A common man on the street is not bothered about it, and that is what the survey also says. Tools for political vendetta, 32% feel that yeah, it is tools for political vendetta. 37% feels that no, koi tool will nahi hai, they are lawful, these people are cheating, so they are putting them together. And 31% say no response. See, maximum no responses here. As a common man, I don't care. If they are raided, they are raided. That's their problem. You see, so that's it. So playing on CBI, ED and all, I think will not really sell with the common man. It will not sell with the common man. It's not a great proposition. It's not a great conversion proposition. So that's one thing we learned from this. And how do you assess government's development work? Interesting. 47% people says good. 40% people says bad. 8% people says average. 5% people says no response. I don't know. So that's the state. So 47% says good. 40% people says bad. These are indications of a possible stiff competition. Now, I'll tell you what. You know why these figures are so close, while others, there is a gap between BJP and its competitors. But why are these figures so close? 47 and 40. Because the people who said, 40% of people who said that, no, I'm not satisfied with BJP's governance, BJP's work, BJP's development project, these 40% do not belong to Congress alone. They belong to all the parties, AAP, Congress, Trinamool, the DMK, etc. So all these people are coming together and giving you that 40%. So mind you, this 40% comes from that entire gang. And Bharatiya Janata Party has just an edge of 7%. Okay, so that's the point. Had the respondents been only Congress, mind you, Bharatiya Janata Party, yes, would still be 47%, but the no would be 27%, 28%. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? The thing is, when it is united, the numbers are very tough. But when it is singular, the numbers are not. And the last is, are you satisfied with central government's work? Somewhat unsatisfied, 19%, fully unsatisfied, 21%, 5%, no response, fully satisfied, 17%, and somewhat satisfied, 38%. So, fully satisfied versus fully unsatisfied, 21% is fully unsatisfied, but only 17% is fully satisfied, but somewhat satisfied versus somewhat unsatisfied, 38% is somewhat satisfied, and only 19% is somewhat unsatisfied. So broadly here also, theek hai. It is not that the people are fed up of BJP government and all, at least from this slide, it shows that it is not really, people are not really fed up, but people who are fed up are really fed up. As in, the fully dissatisfied versus fully satisfied, the fully dissatisfied is more than the fully satisfied. So, broadly, this is what it is. Clear one-line story. My take on this is, the opposition has a chance if they genuinely unite. That is the only way the opposition has a chance in 2024. Figures are crystal clear. The only way BJP can 100% ensure that they will come back to power in 2024 is to not allow the opposition to come together. Do whatever it takes to ensure that the opposition doesn't come together. This is what I believe this research, this survey says. Let me know if you agree to me. Write down whatever you feel is right. Write down what's your opinion. Write down where you agree to me. Write down where you do not agree to me. If you can, please share this. If you can, please like this. And yeah, that's all. And that's what I would request you to do. Till I see you next time. That's tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.